Welcome. Hello. Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in with I'm a little bit hangry, guys. So I might be taking a little break when I get my food and stuff like that. But either way, I'm so excited and thankful for you meeting me here, sharing space with helping me grow my channel in all kinds of fantastic ways. Thank you for sharing sacred space with us. That's most important. Thank you for existing. That's another thing that's so important. So I'm excited because as time would have it and stuff like that. And I believe that even when you receive this messaging, because these are all pre-recorded and stuff like that, the energies will still apply. And these messages are timeless, even if I speak about a specific moment or something. Here, understand that this is all fluid. It's just, it's cool. But either way, we got the new moon in Pisces. So we got the new moon in Pisces energies up in here, right? Showing us, caring for us, and nurturing ourselves and others at the same time, right? The spiritual awakening, right? With the energies of Piscean energy. So where is Pisces in your chart? That's going to be important. But either way, so we're going to just further discuss this new moon energy in Pisces. I have a Pisces moon in Western astrology, and so I have I feel like so connected with my Piscean energies that it's been an interesting journey for myself. But we have the new moon in Pisces, but we also have Saturn going to be entering Pisces, finishing its cycle up in Aquarius. And that is what we're going to talk about too, because 11th house, I aspire, right? 11th house is the Aquarius energy, right? So right now, right, Aquarius Uranus energy. So as Saturn closes out its 2.5-year cycle that it has been doing its work with in Aquarius, as it closes that out, it's going to be entering around March 7th or 8th, something like that, in Pisces. And it'll be in Pisces for 2.5 years, doing its thing as its master teacher, right? That might be appearing strict, but whenever Saturn visits us, right, great grandpa Saturn, it is with tough love. And we better be grateful and appreciate how masterful Saturn is as our teacher, right? So when Saturn enters Pisces, it's going to be there from 2023 until Valentine's Day 2026. So that's a nice long little cycle of masterfully teaching us whatever it wants to masterfully teach us, dependent upon where we are on our own evolutionary journey and cycle and intellectualisms and just where we are in our own evolution and stuff like that. So I took a lot of notes so that I don't because I know how I get and I know how I be babbling, and so I I do this also sloppily because I try not to, as I extract and stuff like that, I try not to forget anything, and I want to be able to I'm hungry. I need some fuel. Blossom and bloom. You're about to come into a season of expansion, and so I love that. So right, so with Pisces, with the new moon in Pisces, right? So I love Piscean energy because Piscean energy opens us up to all energies, right? The emotional maturity in Piscean energies, right? Who embody within it all other energies within its potency, right? Of everything, right? Here you have an energy that is chaos and creation at the same time. It's like if that reminds me of that Piscean energy, chaos or creation, or just the dual nature of the two fish represented by the two fish swimming in opposing directions, the duality of that, right? Like that being in itself, like telling you that if you look at that abstractly, right? If you look at that abstractly, then you will see that it doesn't matter which direction the fish goes in, because everything is going in a cycle, in its own circle, in a cycle, and they're both gonna meet up back. They're gonna both end up in the same place. So it's like it doesn't matter which way you go, you're always gonna end up in the same place, right? So the surrender to that chaos, of that pattern, of that creation, of that flow. So how you choose to live will be what you get to see, divine and aligned, or a chaotic state of mind, right? And Piscean can get lost in that sense of chaos, right? Especially if it's surrounded by lower vibrational energies, toxicities, unhealthiness, and all this kind of stuff, because it's highly sensitive, intuitive, and susceptible to external stimuli and being distracted by it too. I'm not saying that Pisces are weak or anything, and that no such thing. And this is why it's a beauty that Saturn is going to be spending the next 2.5 years with Pisces, because it's strengthening our resolve in every kind of way, right? Saturn completes its karmic cycle with Aquarius, right? Right, because it entered Aquarius in December of 2020, right? And it was called the Great Conjunction, right? And there, so much has been occurring in terms of our own self activation in our purpose, with intention, networking, communicating, and getting into that level up of position after discovery, after learning. Like it's always a learning experience and stuff like that, right? So the surrender that comes now with the Saturn Piscean energy, right? Pisces, because Pisces is teaching us, right? The sign itself, Pisces, teaching us that there's no wrong path, right? There's no wrong path, right? And nurture self and others, foundation, self-care, healing. Cancer moon, right? So you might even have a North Node in Cancer, right? The Cancer Capricorn axis of North Node, or even Scorpio, or you might have Scorpio in your chart. Either way, 9th house Sagittarius, 8th house Scorpio again coming up. You might have these in your chart. Doesn't matter. Cancer too, but either way, so major things too that might surround this Piscean energy of influence with Saturn and Pisces is exercising our free will, right? Holding on and letting go. Releasing all that really truly doesn't serve. And right now, Pisces lands alongside the Sun, Venus, and Neptune too, right? So it's right. So with Saturn and Pisces, and I keep going back and forth, this is why I write shit down, so that when this starts happening, I can just start looking down and stuff like that. But with Saturn in Pisces, so the reaction aspect, right? So it's like allowing, right? So Saturn's going to teach Pisces, right? Saturn teaches us, period. It doesn't matter which side it's in, how to learn, understand better, right? How to learn, understand better, how to act wiser, how to move in accordance to that which is true and good, right? So with Pisces energy, who's such a feeling, empathetic, compassionate, emotional creature, it's reactive, it's responsive, right? And with it, it carries in it every single other sign before it, right? Leading up to it. And so this applies to all. How do each of us respond to life and all its things, all its surprises, all its chaos, its creation, all these things. And so Saturn with Pisces, there's going to be a finer tuning of these responses, these reactions with our emotions, right? Helping us to root here, make that which is intangible tangible, helping Pisces ground too. Just, I know we're talking about Pisces again, but I'm just saying, helping you ground that which is true for you so that you can be successful in that all that you do, no matter what sign it goes through for you. And for Piscean energy too, right now, it's this emotional realm that could be all fudged up for so many, because so many of you in the distorted feelings that they act distortedly and toxically, subconsciously or consciously, you know. And so Saturn here with this big, huge spiritual awakening after this great conjunction, right? Now application to this process. So you get this balanced, diplomatic, right, harmonizing teamwork, or, you know, attempt at teamwork. I eat. So, but either way, Neptune is up in here, right? So I don't know what we were talking about, but I know Pisces, Saturn, and all this kind of stuff, right? But seriously, learn what house Saturn has been touring through in your place, right? In your placement, right? With your Pisces placements, right? Which is all about inspiration, fantasy, dreams, psychic skills, illusion, lies, right? Confusion, spirituality, our faith, deep emotions, intuition, oceans, right? Deep like the sea. 12th house right here, right behind the 12th house here too, right? I dream, surrender, dreams, Pisces, Neptune, endings, old age, poetry, right? Getting into our creativeness. And then we have Jupiter here too, right? So Jupiter, all about expansion, luck. You might have you might be a Sagittarius with Pisces in your chart, right? You might be a Pisces with Sagittarius in your chart, or whatever the case may be, but definitely Neptunian energies, right? So either way, so with this spiritual awakening time, right? I'm trying to get back into the flow of whatever it was that I was saying before I hit before I hit beams of ascension, right? Like codes of awakening, breaking old paradigms, which is what's happening here, right? With Saturn and Pisces, right? It's ending its cycle in Aquarius, right? And it's bringing, it's a Saturn, right? Saturn and Pisces is ending, right? So Saturn and Pisces is going to begin around March 7th, March 8th, 2023, although these messages are timeless, okay? But either way, it's finishing its cycle in Aquarius, right? Bringing something to a completion. And one of the things that is notorious about Saturn, Grandpa Saturn, is how wonderful he blesses up each of his healthy, wealthy, stealthy students who passed his class, right? His classes, right? The 2 years and change he was visiting in that sector, in that department, in that compartment, right? So look to see where, hold on. We're gonna get through this. One of the things about Piscean energy is how easily distracted they can be. And Saturn's gonna be like, yeah. No, you not do that. Okay? You pay attention. That's the type of that's kind of like how it's gonna be, right? So see where and what house Saturn has been pouring through for you, right? Because before Saturn leaves Aquarius, it would be sure to deliver our karmic reward, right? Always, Saturn always leaves a gift. So gifts from the universe. So that's great. So then also travel back to, did I write that down? Right. Travel back to 1994, 1996, if you can go that far back into your life experience, right? Because that was the last time Saturn was in Pisces, right? So what things back then during that time in the 90s, right? That doesn't have to be the same, hopefully not, but what themes back then are similar now in some kind of essence, right? So there's a balancing act happening, right? So as you're ending something, the completion of something, completion points to a bigger cycle that's emerging. It's always constant anyways, right? So Saturn in Pisces can feel heavy. So that's also what we're talking about here, right? So Saturn Pisces message that's coming soon. And I believe that when this recording is gonna air, it still will still be in Saturn in Aquarius. Okay, but it'll be closer to the time for that and stuff like that. So so Pisces, the energy of Pisces is all about light and dark, right? Having something to draw contrast, right? Because Pisces' ability to be able to tap in, turn on, tune in to all multidimensional kind of realities, right? That exist between the ethers, between that which is seen and unseen, right? The unseen world, right? Pisces is tapped in, turned on to that kind of energy, right? So there's a world of light and dark, unseen world, abstract ideas, creativity, intuition, sentimentality, empathy, compassion. It's all about ebb and flow, right? This is Pisces and mutable water. I'm just reading some of the words that I have highlighted here. It's adaptable. Pisces is adaptable, free flowing. It's all about openness, right? So Saturn forces Pisces to get a little bit more rigid about stuff, right? To get a little bit more grounded here in 3D perceived reality, to be a little bit more tough, right? A little bit more reserved in its water. So it's building dams, right? For successful production, right? So remember, see where and how Saturn has been pouring through in your transit, your personal birth chart transit, to see where these dams are being built, right? For you, for some, it could be in your third house, right? In your third house, where you communicate, right? Where you communicate how you think, how you communicate in your community, right? To Geminian energy, right? It's cyclical. Everything is cyclical. It's not a straight path, right? Sharon, right? Wounded healer, this could be traveling in your ninth house as well, right? But wounded healer, suffering. So Saturn it could be helping you to travel through these areas where you need to get a little bit more grounded. It could be just the stuck emotion, right? The stuck emotion, woundedness, in your victimhood, right? Your suffering, these obstacles, right? Saturn is like, okay, we wanna clean house up in here. We got 2.5 years to travel through to clean house. These past life pains, the origins of that, right? So clearing that, right? So so our Syrian whales, which is all about emotional cleansing. So, right, so any kind of stifleness, any kind of lack of control or in one's own life, lack of productivity, right? Depression, right? So Saturn's helping this wherever Pisces is here to direct the water successfully, right? To direct the water successfully, right? And it's gonna feel like a wake-up call, right? Saturn's wake-up call. Oh, I'm gonna write that right now. Saturn, right? Saturn wake-up call. Saturn in Pisces, wake-up call. That might be somewhere in the title. Okay. I don't know, as we speak it. so it shall be it, and all this kind of stuff, right? So, right, so what themes were playing out when Saturn was in Aquarius, right? See what houses Saturn was playing out in that arena, if it was. I swear, I feel like Saturn has been cleaning up my whole entire house because Saturn is in visits each sign for 2.5 years, right? So all my dominant signs, right, from Leo, right, from Leo on, and wait, what's before Leo? So we got Aries. I don't really got Aries in my chart, right? Taurus. I don't really got Taurus in my chart, right? Cancer. I got that in my chart, right? Oh no, Gemini. Gemini. I don't really got that in my chart, but I got that in my life, right? Gemini has been, it's my polar opposite, and my sun sign is Sagittarius. So Gemini has been a huge catalyst in my life, but it's not personally in my chart. So you look at that dynamic of polarity, right? You might not have the polar sign in your chart, or you might have it as your north node, south node kind of dynamic or aspect I'm hearing and stuff like that. It's anything. But look at, so Gemini, and then you got Cancer, so fine, I got that. Then you have Leo. I got that. Then you got Virgo. I got that. Then you got Libra. I got that, but it's not so crazy, right? Scorpio. I got that. Sagittarius. I got that. Capricorn. I got that. Aquarius. I got that. Pisces. I got that. So I feel like Saturday night I've been chilling. Right, so 2.5. So how many planets and how many signs? So learning where this is in your chart is funny. So it's like, and I remember a few years back when Saturn was in Sagittarius and Saturn was leaving the sign of Sagittarius, I got on my knees and praised Jesus. I was like, oh my goodness, it feels so good. Saturn love. Saturn went straight into Capricorn. You know, my love sector Venetian waters over here. Like, oh, yeah, you thought you was done, darling. No. no. Right? So, yeah, so it can feel like catch a break. Right? So Saturn in Piscean waters, right? Saturn wants forces, right? Because it feels like a force, right? Pisces to get a little bit more grounded, a little bit more controlled, a little bit more, what's their game plan, Pisces energies, right? So it feels like a wake-up call, because all Saturn's asking you to do is to be grounded here in your earthly energy, stable. Saturn wants you stable, right? So it's like get better acquainted with the universal laws, but get better acquainted with real-time laws too. So it's like the Piscean, like that's the picture. It's not to call Pisces like dumb or not smart or that's bullshit. I'm not saying any of that, right? But you know how they be in their own world, and this is true. You have like a Pisces moon, right? Like then this will be relatable to a Pisces sign. Any dominant sign of Pisces in your chart, you're like a space cadet sometimes. Like it's not being mean. It just is. Like you be like, where are you? Like, well, can you take me where you at? Like, you know, because you be out of this world, right? You just be out of this world. And that's just relatability. Like, come on. Like people, like you don't need the validation for that. You be out of this world. Like escapism, Pisces made up what escapism is because escapism. Right? So with that in mind, right? With that in mind, right? Second house, I have resources, right? So Taurus, Venus, stability, right there, stability. So Pisces, so Saturn wants Pisces stable, right? So it's like, so right, so the picture I was saying, so it's like out of this world. So y'all be not so much tapped into this reality. Like for me, for instance, I don't know anything that's going on in this world unless I hear it in passing or someone shares something or whatever and stuff like that. I like this is contrasting because we were talking about that. We'll talk about that. But what I'm saying is they might be so into whatever galaxies, dimensions that they be in and all this kind of stuff, right? In their own seas of thought, right? So like these waves, right? That now with Saturn and Pisces, right? Now with Saturn and Pisces, Saturn's like, you're gonna know current events because you need to for whatever reason, like in whatever the current event is. Like, oh, you typically don't read the instruction manual. You're gonna read this instruction manual. I don't read the instruction manual. And then I go through stuff like you have to take it all apart again and read the instruction manual. If you read the instruction manual the first time, you will not be doing the second time. That kind of thing, right? Because you're like, I got this. Like, you know what I mean? We don't read instructions, right? So Saturn is creating this responsiveness that is less reactive from Pisces and more practical, like in its ways, right? More practical in its way, like that's like let's say that I can. I guess as we continue with the articulation stuff like that. So contrasting, we're talking about contrasting. Pisces has this beautiful symmetry, this energy that can teach you love and hate at the same time, light and dark at the same time, cold and hot at the same time, right? All at once, this duality, right? And so, right, because Pisces in its root core of its existence knows that which is dark helps us see that which is light and vice versa. And sometimes, you know, we have to take dives into certain kind of ways of doing things to still get to the same point that we were going to get to anyway, like kind of like the fish swimming in opposing directions. But for whatever reason, Saturn is now helping Pisces, this Piscean energy ground into this 3D reality too, right? So helping this energy set the boundaries and apply them. Be responsible and act responsibly. Be less reactive emotionally and be more practical in your approach so that you don't let your intuitiveness or your sentimentality or your empathy be your chaos or your destruction. So that you have this balancing act, right? This balanced diplomatic harmonizing effect in your own life for creating more like, so it's like root work activation, right? So I wrote 2 years spent learning to create a balance between two energies, right? Yeah. So Pisces gains root. The root is on fire. The roots is on fire, right? So this is root chakra clearing, activation, root chakra up, right? For this whole electromagnetic field that is you, right? So bringing that which was intangible, making it tangible here in this 3D form, in this 3D world, right? So it's like Pisces and Saturn teams up with Pisces creativity, creating and also amplifying this blueprint, this plan, this creativity, this execution, this delivery, right, of stuff, right? So here we are. So right, going back into that energy of like the Pisces, like showing up to class and actually listening instead of like doodling on a piece of paper and then having to study later or listen later, or that selective hearing, or like how I like to call it delayed hearing, like because it's saved for later. Sometimes you could be so lost or caught up in your thoughts that you heard everything that went on in the question that was asked you. Because I would tell people too, like they'd be like, I asked you something, I'm like, I heard you, but it's delayed hearing. like it's coming to me now. I was somewhere else right now, like, you know, so some Pisces in the chart, you don't know what I'm talking about. Other people like, yo. But you know, it just be like that. It is. So it's like I heard you. You just gotta wait till I get to that time and space and need to respond to you. So it's kind of like that. So it's like I was in class, but I was daydreaming, right? Or you know, something like that. And now it's like, no daydreaming. Pay attention. So this is and so this might be challenging too. So this might be like learning something new, or picking up a new skill, or taking classes, or diving into another type of thing where you have to get a little bit more detailed oriented, and it might be challenging too at this time to learn the ropes, right? Because that's what's happening right now. Learning the ropes, right? Paying attention a little bit extra, right? And it's in this realms of imagination. And for those that are not tapped into not tuned into their typical to creativity and imagination, and they might feel stuck in this arena. Like, I don't feel like I'm creative. I don't have one creative bone in my body. I don't even know how to color. Or, you know, and want to tap into this world of creativity. Well, Saturn here in this house is going to help you recognize where that applies to you. Because like I say this to people all the time, it's like, I'm not as creative as you or whatever. And like, and because I identify and I see people's gifts and things like that. So for me, when I find it nearly impossible for someone not to be a creative. You just haven't learned you haven't identified your creative, right? So like this woman one time, she was like, I don't do anything, like I don't have one arm bone in my body. This woman's house is decked out, like it's interior decorated out, like she has some designer come in and do everything. And guess who did that? She did. I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am? You don't have what? One creative bone in your body? There was another woman. I don't have not one creative bone in my body. When I tell you that this person was Queen Bee organization, like looked like artwork to me, I was like, excuse me? You don't have what? One creative what? Need I introduce you to your fact? Like, so it's just a matter of perception, always, right? So it's like, so now Saturn's visiting that which is visiting, right? And taking the time to go through to master this, right? Because Saturn's the master teacher here, right? And so Saturn's it's gonna work with Pisces, take all of Pisces ideas, right? And give them root. Give them roots. Roots. Your roots is sprouting on fire, right? So give them roots. 11th house, I aspire. And that's with that closing out of the Aquarius energy, that invention part, right? Making that which is intangible tangible, right? It's grounded in practicality. So coupled with Pisces, the creativity, there's a unique balance like taking place that can be achieved. Like it can be achieved. Like I aspire, I can help take. So Saturn help take Pisces creative ideas and births them to life, right? I aspire, even turn into a profitable business. That is the path that one wants to be on. I serve daily. 6th house energy, organization. What? Virgo, Mercury. You want some crazy organization? Go talk to a Virgo. Ask them for ideas on how to organize your closet, how to organize your drawer, how to organize your home, how to better put something together, how to color coordinate something. Go ask the freaking Virgo, Capricorn, right? Want to get something launched, done, taken off, like go ask a Capricorn how they get into that work mode, beast mode, savage mode, zone, right? Discipline, ambitious, persistent, right? So Saturn works on these areas, right? So that you could become this Taurus energy, right? Reliable, grounded, determined, right? The third eye awakening, right? New levels of awareness are available to assist in your evolution. Do not shy away from a soul revolution. That's what we're talking about, right? So I love that Saturn takes that which is imagined and brings groundingness to it, right? Grounded into earth, right? And create this blueprint. Execution too helps one to execute and deliver that which one says, right? So Pisces, so also Pisces too, the Pisces energy is all about, because I have written like words, stuff like that. So Pisces is all about religion, spirituality, the things surrounding and connected, how it is connected to the universal laws, or I wrote stuff. Universal laws and earth laws. There we go. That rules and governs our society. So learning the practical magic and putting in that work. And you got 2.5 years. I was like, I got time with you right now, child. So go ahead, have your tantrum if you need to be, right? Because right, we're learning how to take responsibility for the life that we are choosing. Right? So Saturn's here to teach for your actions and your words and your energy. It has to be in alignment, in alchemy, in truth. Right? Because choosing to you are choosing, right? So learning how to take responsibility for the life you are choosing. Because your actions, your words, and your energy is what you send out into the universe. So Saturn wants you to step up and take responsibility, act in accordance with your truest, authentic self. That's dope, right? So that's dope energy, right? So I wrote down a list of themes and things like that can be coming up during this time that, just bringing a level of evolutionary awareness to your position and where you are, and so that you can feel the inspiration, right? And you can take chaos and whatever it is, and how you choose to live will be what you get to see. Divine aligned or creative state of mind. So themes with this Pisces Saturn kind of thing is contrasting. This is a strong theme, right? So you're going to be meeting different levels of extremism and contrasting behavior. So you might deal with someone really sweet, and then you might deal with someone that's really mean, all in the same day, like contrasting things, right? So also here's some kind of things that's revisiting tradition, right? For deepest clarity, right? Revisiting your tradition, your religion, your condition, right? Awakening to your own lineage, right? Your soul's existence, your galactic star origin, your soul tribe and family. These are themes that are going to be highlighted and currently amplified too. Regrouping your own unstuck creativity and energy so that it may flourish, right? So unstucking yourself from being creatively blocked and stuff like that. Soul sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, right? Regroup to unstuck yourself. Feeling spiritually stuck or held back, reworking your own creativity to get yourself out of that kind of stuff. There's going to be a lot of different things with Syrian whales, right? Emotional cleansing and large waves of wisdom channeled through the light of infinite cosmic ocean, right? There's going to be a lot of things in regards to law versus religion and the political shit show, right? I wrote that down, political shit show. I don't know where I got that from, but political shit show, right? So there's going to be a lot of things with religious issues and extremisms and conservatisms and politicalisms and all this kind of stuff. Shit show for real, right? So don't get so caught up into all of that, and also being able to be a part of something without necessarily, right? To be able to entertain a thought without actually making it your own, applying that wisdom into your own application in life, to be able to entertain thought, ideas, belief systems, and all without feeling the pressure of having to take a side or something, right? Driven, energetic, optimistic, Aries energy, right? So how we act versus how we feel, that's going to be a huge fucking thing, right? How we act versus how we feel, how you acting and how you really feeling, right? So how we act versus how we feel, our structure versus going with the flow, like learning how to surrender. Bigger themes too are creating our blueprint, structure, plan, executing it responsibly, right? Caring desires, peak selfish. Oh, yeah. So caring desires, like so the peak of your own caring desires, your selflessness, volunteerism, right? So your empathy, your compassion, your desire to volunteer, to be of service at this time, right? But balancing how much you give and how much you receive, and also getting out of that martyr kind of complex or feeling that altruism to a certain kind of unhealthy degree, right? So desires to care and show compassion, but where does it stem from, the roots of that, and is it really yours too? And opening and awakening that and learning something more about your own humanitarianism peaking, right? So increase in sensitivity, compassion, and things like that. All right, so which house Pisces is ruled in by in your chart will help you to learn how to better understand how Saturn is playing in your development, right? And learning what challenges in that area of your life are being worked on, right? So healing, the major healing energy, the Chiron, right? Wounded healer, suffering obstacles, past life pain. So you want to heal that. What themes back then are coming up in your now, right? Comparison from, right? So look at balancing how we give and receive, and love, compassion, help from others, friendship, and how much we give of ourselves, right? And your own empathetic understanding, and not being used and abused and settling for those kind of things in your life that don't necessarily have to be, right? So questions you can ask yourself, like, what does your spirituality mean to you? Right? It could be like journal prompts and stuff like that. What does my spirituality mean to me? Right? How can I take responsibility for my own creative vision? Right? I can better understand myself by fill in the blanks, right? My true thoughts and feelings about this is, my true thoughts and feelings about this person is, my true thoughts and feelings about this job is, my true thoughts about my true thoughts and feelings about my relationship is, like, you can say my true thoughts and feelings about money is, my true thoughts and feelings about my levels of success is, religion makes me feel like, this person makes me feel, this situation has me feeling like. I can better express my creativity by when I'm still, my intuition reveals unto me that which is what, right? When I'm still, my guides reveal unto me that which is what. When I'm still, my ancestors reveal unto me that which is what. When I am still, my God reveals unto me that which is what, right? So getting into the flow dynamic of this personal emotional well-being and receiving, and also being like cord cutting. Ask Archangel Michael to assist the cutting of the cords, and any and all that have been missed, right? So, right, all that is seen and unseen, right? All the entities, energies, person, whatever attached or attaching themselves to me in any kind of degree, shape, form, fashion, seen, unseen, known, unknown, may you release that, cut that shit out, right? And not let it and also when you have resources, and they're expanding. So it's popping up again too. So you have resources that are currently expanding in your value, right? And your stability is increasing at this time. For those of you doing that level of energy work and energy work at the same time, right? Because you're clearing emotional blocks, elixirs and crystals, right? So elixirs, so you may be working on changing or shifting your diet, your self-care routine, how you're going about and dealing with certain people, places, and things, memories, and allowing yourself the opportunity to really be honest, true, and authentic to you. Hey, what are you doing, Leo? Right? So walking with pride, right? Because you're royal, right? And you're in control of that which you create and stuff like that, included cosmos, getting your own electromagnetic, multidimensional, interdimensional uploads, downloads, cellular reloads, right? Molecular uploads, downloads, recalibrations, activations, cellular rejuvenations, and all this kind of stuff. Everything has an origin story, and every story has pieces that lead back to tomorrow. No matter how far you go, there will be. There will always be. But like illumination from your stagnation, right? So clarity will shine upon you again. Open your eyes and smile with your friend. So Saturn showing up in here too. Saturn, okay, and friendship and people that you allow to exist in your electromagnetic karma, order, structure, hard work. So this has been a challenge to illuminating those that are not really there for you and stuff like that. So even this energy, right? There might be energies in your field, but there's energies in your field that are closer to home than you imagine, that might even show support in some kind of way, a false leader, masculine kind of way. You know, and so there's going to be a lot of illumination of whatever, like fifth house is creatively self-expression, right? So also too, fertile, because your imagination is fertile. You are creative. You are an expressionist. You are an entertainer. You are someone that inspires other people. You make people feel. You have a gift. You have many gifts. You have talents for real, and you putting yourself out there and stuff like that, and whichever field, department, or place that you are, you just stand out from those around you and stuff like that, and you're illuminated. You're an illuminated being. You serve. You're part of your mission is to serve creatively. So how dare anyone make you try to feel any fucking love, because you're serving, you're following your true passion, your purpose, and stuff like that. So it's helping you to solidify too that which you are, right? Eighth house kind of energy too. Deep bonds, right? Going deep, depth and rebirth, right? It's rebirth, right? So the Venus rise, it could be present for the two for some of you at this time. The Pisces energy because they're ooh la la romanticized, and then in the bedroom routine, and that's it, you know, tantric community, sparking some some relationships too, to take on to a whole new level in communication with relationships too. So it's working on these things too. So there might be travel for some of you. Right. So planetary shifts, so there's some planetary shifts taking place, shifting up the monotony. Right. But what was I gonna say? So even in friendship, right? So for those of you that have been craving true friends and things like that, like don't lose sight, don't lose faith in that happening for you, because this is happening now. Everything is happening now, right? So certain themes are going to be revisited, not for you to stay living in there, but for you to see the contrasting part of what has experienced from far away, another time and place where you live among people great, celestial, created. So back then too, when you were already starting to work on the alchemy of you and that which you need to do, now is the time where, look at magical moon being still your soul, the dust shows divine eyes where to go, right? So this moon does, right? So once upon a time ago, you already set in motion state, but this is just an example I'm giving of how Saturn and all my major things in the chart, what they do is all these different things that's been going on for years that have been working in you, through you, right? It's not happening to you, it's happening for you, right? Type of thing. Saturn is creating the atmosphere of this death and rebirth kind of cycle for you to really to really come together in your own alchemized form, but the spirit that you astral, right? So logical, always written in stars, the scars of your heart, perfect time to start coming near or apart. So certain things are, you know, there's a cycle that's coming to here for you on here on earth, right? This divine feminine energy. This divine feminine energy, right? It's emotional, sensual, stable, grounded divine feminine. Not the divine feminine energy lost in this galaxy somewhere along the vessel occupied in land. It's being present to the gift. Allow, right, for the divine to nurture. Nature leads when you surrender. It's Tony energy here, and we always know the Tony energy it's about regeneration, granted, transformation, rebirth, right? And stuff like that, but it's unknown. So there's things that are unknown about the blossom and the bloom that's happening to you. You're about to come into something that's great. I love that. Right? Create to navigate uncharted places. And that's what's happening, right? This kind of alternate reality, right? Sun, Leo, and Spirit coming up again, right? Action and action. Being confident in the action, being passionate about that which you do, right? Being prideful in your creation too. There's nothing wrong with that. Being proud in that which you created. That's right. Stand up, clap for yourself. Like don't spread yourself thin or don't dim your light just because other people are not comfortable in your gifts and your creativity. Let it out. The masculine ambitious part inside, letting it out, right? Your stamina, your pride, right? Your sense of identity, individuality, your royalty, your state of higher position. You are in good health, right? And stuff like that. So yeah, that's good. That's good. That's cool. So I really like the Pisces and Saturn energy. I nurture myself and others, right? That fourth house Cancer, right? Cancer moon type energy too, right? The deep wound, so there's this deep emotional healing that's happening here. And Saturn's helping with your earthly resources so that you have stability, right? Here, expand here. So there's an increase in stability. There's an increase in finances, right? A phase of darkness will help to see clearly, right? So cheer on. So there's major healing right here at this time. And manifesting master of good and bad. We go short from the dawn of time, right? So the Valyrian master kind of energy, right? Mastering that which is good, beings of ascension right here, right? Beings of ascension, light codes of awakening, breaking old paradigms, right? That's great. Fertility, right? That felt right here. Fertility, fertile seeds, harvest, abundance, right? You can have Taurus in your chart. You can also be Cancer, or that could be yourself, you know, yours too, rising, it doesn't matter. But yeah, definitely that's the Taurus. There's a 50-50 group here of Taurus, right? That some of you do serve, and some of you want to serve, some of you are conflicted with how you serve because you're tormented with certain kind of things. You might have Scorpio in your chart, or deal with dealing with Scorpio, right? You also might have Scorpio in your chart, like you're loyal, intuitive, mysterious in every kind of way, and you inspire others. You inspire others, and you're artistic, you're creative, right? And you might have Pisces in your chart, but that's how, all right, so someone here that has Taurus or Scorpio or Pisces in their chart, either way, how you serve people daily is going to be revitalized because there's been drainage here and something needs to be transformed, and how your inspiration is given to others without depleting it from yourself. It could be also comparing to fasting yourself into that of how you wish certain kind of things are. So it could be like stuck on something. Like, so transformation is going to be illuminated, right? It's graduating and rise into dark storm skies, trust your inner knowing and see the sunrise, right? And right, realize that how you communicate. So there's something that you might have to communicate first with yourself and then maybe with another, right? Because there's a healing that takes place in some kind of dynamic way, and communication is what's going to bring about the transformation that is needed. So it's like, say what you need to say, get it out of the way. Because you're coming from maybe just a hurt place, a hurt stage. And you're, you know, friendship, love and stuff like that, and all this kind of stuff. If anything's done in love it's done right. And so you just have to come from that. So look at Mercury again coming up. So there's something that so forever is receiving that portion of that. Right, something has to die in order to be reborn, right? Self-expression. Fifth house. Self-expression. So there's something, look at fucking Saturn is up in there with your self-expression. All right, and that's being illuminated for you at this time, your self-expression and how you communicate that into the world. You can be a Gemini, you can have Sagittarius in your chart, or it could be communication towards a Gemini or Sagittarius. It's a ninth house Sagittarius with Jupiter, major Libra too, dealing with a Libra. Yeah. Feel myself. And then they make me feel good when you look at this myself. So it's just kind of like a long way. Right. So what else? There's Saturn and Pisces, Pisces, new moon and Pisces to divine dream portal. Astral realms are calling. It's time to take a journey. So there might be some increase in your own astral projection, your own in your own abilities at remote viewing, your own abilities to be able to draw in your own soulmate, your partner, your divine counterpart. There's an intensifying or a unifying with the divine counterpart or partner to their time, whether you're married or not, or with someone and stuff like that. You're married and engaged in a partnership to complete. I believe we're in the chart as well, but in Venus or Saturn, but in Venus, Aries department, right? Divinity and men, right? Psychovitation, destruction means possessing divinity, so an awakening within the divine masculine energy to take action on their expression. So this Saturn and Pisces energy is awakening the divine. Remember, I'm not gender specific here because we each have divine masculine and divine feminine existing within our own energy. Okay, so this is awakening the divine masculine aspect to ourselves. That's the action part. Take action in expression in deep and profound ways. And that's going to be challenging for some, especially if they have air signs in their chart. So those of you that might have air signs in your chart, that is going to be working on your inspired state of being when it comes to your self-expression of communication from not the mental plane, but the emotional one. That's for air signs. There's dominant signs. You're going to be getting a huge awakening, like a wake-up call in your emotional realm of the system. If you have, oh my God, ancient activation here, okay, allow for the ancestors to access and assist you, okay? This is important for those of you that have who is here and you have divine desert, sweet treats of ecstasy, a true divine delicacy. Allow yourself to surrender to the emotional realms that Pisces is going to drag you fucking through if you don't allow it. All right, like because this is what we're creating, and look at the air sign, the balance, Libra, right? So you might have Libra in your chart too, right? Right? So Libra again, you might have Libra in your chart, right? Seventh house, right? But this air, right? Celestial created, right? Moon and Cancer moon too. Oh, Cancer too. Oh my goodness, the sign of Cancer. I got a woo. Oh my goodness, those with any kind of Cancer placements in your chart that are dominant, whether you're Cancer moon, sun, rising. There is a great opportunity here for a massive healing to occur in your emotional sector, also attraction factor. To those of you really feeling the pride of love. Like a moth to a flame, a toxic love king, self-love is the weapon, walk away is the play. Right? So walking away, Cancer, for those of you that have Cancer, sun, moon, rising, some kind of way, walking away from toxic love king. that you feel some way engaged and play. Saturn's gonna drag you to that, right? Function, surrender to what is trying to be completed here for you in your seventh house of partnership, right? Because there's a balance that wants to occur, right? And there's an activation happening, right? And for this part, you know, for those of you that are single at the time, you know, you do, and you want a relationship, intimate partner, a compromise, a healthy fucking one, right? And so that was a lot of work here in contracting. That is a lot of contract, right? In your network, you're gonna see it in that as well. Okay, who else? What else? I want to pop out. I just randomly did those signs. I don't remember what the other one was, but we just did Cancer. It's not that I'm doing everything aside here. Want to see that? Go to my Venus and Pisces one, and right, symbolism is remaining. I'll do that. I'll do a Saturn and Pisces for every sign. I'll do that. It's not gonna happen. First house, right? So Aries. So you have Aries in your chart. Self-aware. So Saturn for you is your first impression, your appearance, right? So this is death and transformation of how you appear to the world, but first to yourself, right? So it's like a coming out, right? So it's like so you might have Leo in your chart too, right? Or it's the quality of that, right? So it's merging, it's fusion, your passion, your masculine traits and your feminine ones, right? But your masculine ones that usually have been dominating for you, right? So it's a surrender from your masculine into your feminine. Aries, Cancer, you might have Cancer in your chart, or it's asking you to go to Cancer type like energy, caring, compassion, passionate. So, oh my gosh, Aries, emotional, look, shaking up, a shaking up of your emotion. It's really, truly, instead of, it's not being angry, it's being emotional. It's being emotional and not angry, not fired up. It's emotional. Oh my God, right? So you might have a Aquarius in your chart or two, it doesn't matter, but it's like the intelligence of emotion, right? Because things that are cyclical that you want to put to an end or that you want to cycle out, there's you got to look for the pattern. You have to find the pattern. You have to see the pattern. And so in seeing the pattern, right, Neptune and Pisces right here, you're going to have to, so it's like, if you want to see the change, you're going to have to be someone that you feel that you're not. Like you are. A lot of uncomfortable feelings. Find dream portal ground, right? Don't get so locked up into giving something away from you. I got into God. Oh, you have to go through this. You have to communicate this. You have to find the balance between the creator and the receptor. That dualistic nature, right? In your fourth house, right? How you nurture yourself and others. It's kind of like a real honesty in how you are, and also decluttering and maybe even moving, like on having a new home too, or a new stake on how you live your life, how you represent yourself, how you adapt to your surroundings, and how you want to change your surroundings, and not settle for that which you right. So eliminating your stagnation, all that which has made you stagnant and stuck in a certain type of way of being or doing is going to be illuminated to you, and also revealing to you that which how you feel. So it's like really getting to the feelings for real, because it's shaking up something's shaking up, something might get shaken up, and it's not for you to explode, it's for you to find balance. All right. Cool. Anything else? Everybody? You want to jump up in here? It's called Virgo. Virgo, you might have Pisces in your chart too. You serve daily, but you also lost in your dream world. The Saturn's gonna come up in here and shake things up for you. Virgo, Pisces is your polar opposite. It's your polar opposite, and how you communicate is up for a dragon. And I'm not saying dragon, I'm saying a dragon, right? And how you fight, or how passionate you are, how assertive you are. Oh, Virgo, your assertiveness is being tested here, and your deep wounds too. Your deep wounds, and how you're gonna clear emotional blockage from yourself, so that way you can be assertive in your own power, and realize that the scars of your heart, this is a perfect time to start that which you have not started. So Virgo, all the stagnation of that which you have not yet to do, the release of that too, so that assertiveness, right? A phase of darkness will help to see clearly, right? But you got to get out of your own way. So, right, and how you rebel, or how you appear to be in your community, has to be released, has to be transformed, right? Has to be renewed, has to change for progress, right? In order to help you with your own stability, your own reliability. You have to be assertive and reliable, and how you speak for yourself, how you position yourself, how you serve from here, how you tap into your feminine energy as well, and how you don't allow for anxiety to overwhelm your devotion and cause you to not do anything about that, which you have to do secret too from the emotional realm. Because you close up like this from the emotional aspect of dealing with some stuff that you don't trust with. So Virgo, it's a blockage of your throat chakra. I love that. Right? Ancient fucking affirmation. And another sign pops up, and let's see what's not on the show. Hey, let's see if another sign pops up. Right. Okay, Capricorn, what's Saturn having for you here? All right, Capricorn wants to be single. Saturn, 8th house, Scorpio, death, and rebirth. Deep bonds in your own your relationship sector. You're grounding into your relationship over work, right? The death and rebirth of that which you do in its unknown territory, so Saturn doesn't want you to see, because you have to have this self-awareness that's going to be key in how deep you really want to go into the underworld of that which is unknown for you, but impressionable for you, because your appearance matters to you. And so how this blossoms and blooms for you, there's a bloom for you, because that's what I was going to say, because you have such a leveling of pride, like control to you in a very kind of way, that the way that you communicate, right, in regards to, that is serious, but in regards to how your independence, right, your independence is Sagittarius here again too, right, and how you communicate that when it comes to how you really feel about certain people, places, and things. Secret society take ownership over those who sleep and complete their over, right? Relinquish their right to control and their power, and it's easier for them to obey and follow. So there's things hidden in silence that you will do that you don't see because you're so overly logical. And so there's a key to how you see certain things. at their certain level of ego, pride, and rightfully have and knowing not to have it and stuff that keeps you reserved like form, right? So it's reserved like form, right? Certain things are not even identifiable, right? But there's progress here, right? So we're gonna put Aquarius energy through. You don't want to the Saturn and Aquarius energy, right? Because it when Saturn went to Aquarius, that's what you. So it's Capricorn opening you up much more gently, sensitively, and emotionally too, in regards to how you feel, your passion, right? Your assertiveness, and the way that you take action, right? That is usually in a logical way, but okay, now you're being asked to be as intention as something working with you. So it's like Capricorn is completely passionate about a certain secret thing that has yet to be revealed unto the world. So it's like Capricorn being plays the guitar, and everybody knows that, but also secretly plays my lips, yeah, to share that with the world. You know what I mean? Or it's like, yeah, I have all the degrees in this, but they also have a degree in something that would be like quite the opposite of that which they have. Or it's like Capricorn would be this in the face of the world, and they're like or psychic or how you get what I'm saying? Like there's a less reserved side. So it's like Capricorn like being in love with somebody, and because they're from a different culture or different background, something you never really feel how they feel, and so they have to secret emotions and feelings. So it's like Capricorn being because Saturn's gonna take you through your philosophy, your religion, and your belief, and how you are perceived and the hidden parts of you that are in plain sight that need to find its own healing, right? So there's healing because it's like you're told that you get married, you're going against the image that we have here for you. That's true, right? Because something else to block and then going to it's going to be different. I'm speaking it as generally as I'm trying to. I don't want to be so specific and someone give, but yeah, it's going to be in your philosophies, your religion, your spirituality, your beliefs, your even with your children, like lifestyle status, like something needs to be communicated. Even with Sagittarius, Gemini, something is not straight and something's not clear and something needs to be clear, made clear. So look at the pattern in yourself too. Similar to Virgo, you might have Virgo tendencies or traits to be too, because it's scars in your heart that keep you apart. But the time to start is right now, right? Especially in regards to your self-expression about how you feel about something, someone, something, right? Because here you are. Divine aligned with chaotic, or are you in a chaotic state of mind? Right? I don't know. Well, let's see. Anybody else? Yeah. We did Taurus already, so we're not doing Taurus again. Oh, we did Taurus. Wait, let me repeat that. We did. Sorry. So we did. Taurus. We did Cancer. We did Capricorn. Oh, we did Virgo. And then Capricorn. I don't know if we're gonna do anybody else, but we'll see. Oh, we did Aries, didn't we? Oh, okay. So I did Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. We did Cancer already. The Cancer got canceled out. Okay. Let's see. Nobody else wants to come out right now. Final. Virgo, we did. Okay, the same ones want to keep popping out. Virgo at the bottom. Virgo at the bottom. That's it. That's it. Capricorn again. That's it. We've done here. These are the signs that wanted to show themselves here. We have any of these in your charts, right? Whatever the case may be. So anyway, thank you so much. I'm gonna write that Saturn and Pisces in all signs. So stay tuned for that one next too. Okay, Saturn and Pisces in all signs, and I'll break it down into different departments, right? That Saturn could be visiting in there. If it's in your, I could break it down by houses. First house, second, I'll figure it out. Third, fourth, fifth. All right, we'll see how I do it. How I decide to. I could do love, career, spirituality. I don't know. And we break it down for each of the signs and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Either way, thank you so much. This is your opportunity to like this video if you haven't already. To comment, let me know how these messages resonate with you, which type of style of videos of mine are your favorite. Make sure to check out the playlist section and stuff like that, because we got Enchanting Musical 333s. We have the Evolutionary vlog. We have the Sailor Moon vlog. We have the Darker Night Light of My Soul, Volume 1 Love Bites vlog, playlist, same vlog, playlist. Well, go check out the playlist. Also check out my community board, because I update there daily as well, and that can keep you in the loop with other things too. You can follow me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. Awesome. You can also subscribe to my Instagram for 99 cents and receive quantum dopeness, me as your Insta Muse. There is hundreds of posts already exclusively available. Once you subscribe for just 99 cents, and you can cancel at any given time. It's not about the money, it's about the energy exchange. I'm going to keep it at 99 cents so that you can get the overflowing mana that is there for you. There's tons of DIY strategy. There's tons of exclusive video content, tarot, oracles, practical things, recipes, lives with me, one-on-ones with me. So advice from me, different kind of, things from different multidimensional planes of existence. And so it's catering to different variety of groups of people there. So I'm excited to do that. It's just 99 cents, and it's just a small token of appreciation and reciprocity from our energy exchange. And that's why it's dope. So yeah, Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, the one and only. Make sure to check out all my dance, stretch, come stretch with me videos that are 3 minutes or 60 seconds long, and use that as a time for you to tap in, turn on, tune in with your own multidimensionalities and what was I saying? With your own mind, body, heart, and soul empowerment and body. and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah. So either way, thank you. Bye bye. Bye.